your gun.
And if he glances over at Genevieve, how are you wounded at all? Do you appear to be mangled or hurt or anything?
I mean, I'm just lightly wounded right now.
Okay, so it's not like you look like you're about to keel over and die or anything.
No.
Okay.
Because it's only just the two of us, right? Like, that's all we see.
Yeah. Actually, so you know what? What Rasmussen's going to do is he's going to start to move towards Genevieve so that they can back one another, whatever it is they decide.
Okay, there you go. That's probably your movement.
Yep, that is exactly my movement. 3.
Unless you want to, what's it called? Exert yourself and make the athletic check.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
And he's gonna save his shot. He's not gonna do anything else.
I mean, getting close to you is this creature. It's coming at you. Genevieve.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna get close to Rasmussen and get him on the horde because I don't think we'll be able to survive this fight with just the two of us.
All right. One action. And you would like to start a chase sequence?
Yes.
Okay. Lady Brianna is going to get one magic missile off before you guys get too far from her. Her minions will continue to chase.
Okay.
She has form. So roll a die, Genevieve, or basically flip a coin.
Okay.
Rasmussen is tails, so you're 1.
Just a D10 or what? Okay.
Just a D1. Yeah, D2, I guess.
All right.
Yeah. You're 1, Rasmussen 2. There you
go. Wait, do you want us to both roll?
Just Genevieve. She's gonna flip the coin.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Trying to remember how to do this manually.
It's a /R space 1D2.
There you
go. So that was you, right?
Yeah, that was me.
18 damage.
Oh my
god.
Oh god, that didn't kill me, but bad.
How hurt are you?
I am seriously wounded.
You say you're grievously.
Or am I grievously wounded? Okay, grievously wounded. Oh god.
No injury.
No.
Go ahead. You have a 1 head.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say you probably can outrun a single one of these ice trolls, going full speed despite the impact you took.
Yeah. So, am I rolling for this?
Nope. I think you escape.
Okay.
Life barely. Because your speed is what? It's ridiculously high.
It's a ridiculous amount because I have also traits for it and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
Rutherford, you're at the castle.
Yes.
You're naked at the moment, so that's kind of a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I'm going to listen for a second because I remember hearing that people were going to the castle to get something.
You can't hear it. Anybody there? Actually, let me make you make an awareness test before I just say that. So normal. Yeah, it's safe here.
It's fine.
A little bit nervous. Take 4 breaths. Mental.
Alright, I guess I'll go to the barracks part and see if there's any clothes.
You get some rags. You're pretty warm too. You can get pretty warm.
I feel pretty warm, naked. Okay, yeah, that.
Well,
Okay.
you covered yourself in some old clothes and some rags you found on the soldier stuff. It's a little moldy, but you're able to layer up to get warm.
I guess I'll go to the slimy hallway and peek out a little bit, listen.
Yeah, it's pretty safe here.
Alright, I guess I'll climb upstairs to the Lord's bedroom and get the fancy clothes. The old fancy clothes.
Yeah, you do.
Awesome.
It's not looking great.
It's better than nothing, though.
Also, your head hurts a little bit. Where the crown burns.
Well, I guess I'll make my way to Matilda's.
Okay. We'll say you get there. You see Genevieve's horse. Genevieve, I imagine that's where you were heading, right?
Well, actually, as we're riding away, I'm going to ask Genevieve. I saw the crown in the snow. Do you think we should go back and get it? It may be the key to killing them.
If you looked back, you saw Brianna got it. As soon as she picked it up, she turned into the old woman you remember.
Okay. All right.
So she tentacle-eyed. Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that. She picked it up, it turned her back into the old woman. No longer the tentacle monster.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I don't think it's worth going back now, obviously.
yeah, we're gonna get killed.
Okay, next step, we try to find a cannon.
Rutherford, you're outside of the house when you hear somebody talking about cannons. Go ahead, sir.
Start banging on the door. Let me in. God damn it. Cold. Help me. I don't know what's going on. I open the door. Who's all in there?
Yeah. Same bunch of people you left, but Genevieve and Rasmussen are there. No sign of remorse.
Where's that little goblin fella? Did he get blown up too?
Okay, so I want to add character-wise. So from what I understand of the situation that Genevieve saw, she saw Rutherford blow up, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Rasmussen pulls out his flintlock and points it at Rutherford, and then doesn't say a word. He's just gonna let Genevieve take the.
She's like wounded really badly right now, and so she looks at Rutherford and she's like, "What the heck just happened, Rutherford? What the heck just happened? Ramon's dead."
I don't know. I got hit by a blast and I woke up on that altar at the castle. Naked and my clothes are. I have to wear this. And my crown.
So do I think can I see if he's lying to me, or?
I mean, doesn't really look like it. He is wearing shitty clothes.
Okay.
I mean, you can't see the crown, but you couldn't see the crown before. So, but you also saw Brianna pick up a crown, and then
So
But
change
you
back.
also
into
saw
a
me
woman.
throw a crown into the fire and then burst in the. So, like,
yeah,
you don't
so,
really know.
yeah. So Genevieve, and she kind of points at Ramon, and she's like, I mean, not Ramon, Rutherford, and she's like, you best not be lying to me about this, Ramon. But if that crown did what I think it did, she's like, oh my. Okay, so let me make sure I make sure that she saw this correctly. She saw, before she saw Jeb get hit and he turned into snow, right? And then she also saw Rutherford get hit, and did he turn into snow or did he not turn into snow?
Well, no, he like the first time Jeb died, he like melted into the snow.
Mhm. But that didn't happen with Rutherford, right?
Yes, that's exactly what happened. The second time Jeb died, he exploded into crystals and like was very clearly still there, and you burned him. The second time, the first time he melted.
Okay, so she's just gonna assume this, gathering all this information, and she's like, "Oh my God, it was never Jeb. It was that thing. It was Lady Brianna the whole fucking time. She was Jeb. I think she was Jeb. And the crown did that to her. And now that she has the crown back, she turned back into Lady Brianna. She's been manipulating this whole town the whole entire time."
Rasmussen looks at Rutherford and says, how do we know that it's really you?
How about helping you out of this one, Joe? You're on your own.
I look at what I'm wearing. This. Do you think I'm happy? I have nothing. My stolen gold, my fancy clothes, my stolen crown.
Okay, while he starts ranting about his stuff, Rasmussen just puts away the flintlock and just goes, okay, yeah.
Only the two Rutherford would complain about the fact that he has no clothes on, and they'll go. Yeah. So Genevieve just looks frustrated, and she's like, "Oh my God, could she have also turned into to look like my mother, and that's why that green man thought it was my mother who said that thing to that hunter? Because she could just be anyone. She could just be anyone in town. What the fuck?"
Well, that really complicates matters if that's the case. We still haven't figured out a way to kill her. And whatever we try next, she's going to be doubly on guard. She's not going to let us get that close again.
And she wants to get rid of Matilda for a reason. Maybe she's afraid that Matilda's the only person who's standing in her way.
Well, if that's the case, then it makes it imperative that we keep her alive.
I'm going to tell Matilda that Brienne has that crown.
She says, well, I assume she'd have something like that. I could never be sure, though. There's a reason I don't leave my hut very often.
Okay. But how safe is this place going to be? Like, how safe?
She doesn't. She's like, as long as I don't leave, fairly. But
Well, that takes care of the immediate danger, but we still have to figure out a way to deal with her permanently.
We might have to really leave town. There's no way we can handle her on our own.
It's looking increasingly like that's the case.
And there's no way we can convince her to take the crown off unless we trick her. And I don't think she's going to trust us. Not after we attack her.
No. At this point, Jen, I think it's really going to be us or her. You know, if she doesn't come up with an immediate plan to try to get rid of us, I would be sure.
If what I think is true, that means she's been planning this for a very long time. What I don't get is why. What's the point? Like, what does she want from the town?
Well, there was nothing in the ledger that might have indicated what was going on there. So, who is she close to now? Who might have some inkling? Is there anybody who she's particularly close to? Just a bunch of people under her influence, right?
I mean, why was that whiskey at the castle?
There you go.
Alja. I turn to her. I give her that glare. That glare of someone who's lost everything. And they want revenge. Why were you at that castle, Alja? You tell me.
Elza says, I ain't never been to no castle. And I don't drink that crap. You know who drinks that crap.
Are you telling me Horseface has been there?
Well, he's the only one who drinks that garbage.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so I'm gonna suggest what Jen suggested originally, which is let's get out of town, let's go someplace to get some help, maybe recruit an ally or two if we can find one, and take it from there.
Yeah, we can't stay here.
Well, we just don't have the resources to deal with her here. You still have that 50 gold, right, that we were going to give to the taxman?
I gesture to the rags I'm wearing.
Well, I mean, not on you, but
Cart.
they're somewhere in the inn, someplace stashed away.
Yeah, they should be on the ox cart.
Okay, so let's grab the gold, get the hell out of town, head to that place that was mentioned already. I can't remember the name. The place where we're supposed to go. Yeah. Well, either there or we can go to Skarnsburg directly and see. Well, actually, I don't want to go there. That's a bad idea. Well, let's go to the other place.
Sure.
We've got some money so that we can get you cleaned up. We can gear up, and hopefully we can, I don't know, use what meager resources we have to find something or someone to help us deal with her once and for all. Because the next time we come back here, it has to be the final showdown. Because we can't keep doing these hit and run raids. She's going to get sick of it, and she's going to come after us before we're ready to deal with her. Are we agreed, or does anybody want to propose something?
I agree we should go, but what should we do with Marcia? Leave her?
Marcia is terrified. She hasn't said anything. She's just sitting in this hovel.
Well, if she wants to come with us to get out of town, that's fine. I have no problem with it.
But there's also Delilah in there too. Alja can handle itself.
Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if anyone in this hut right now wants to come with us to get the hell out of Dodge, then I say let's bring them with us.
An ungagged Delilah says, I want to go. I want to leave. And Marcia also wants to leave. Elja will stay here and watch the place.
If if Elja is willing to be our eyes and ears while we're gone, and just keep an eye on things. Don't get involved. Stay out of their way. Don't put yourself in danger. Just keep an eye on what's going on so that when we get back, you can give us a rundown of how things have evolved. Hopefully, we won't be gone too terribly long, but I don't want us to get back and then be completely blind.
She agrees.
She agree? Okay. Jen, you haven't really piped in yet. What do you think of this? Is this like a massively terrible idea, or what's your...
We should bring Carla too. If I keep Delilah gagged, I'm gonna make sure of that.
So wait, you're gonna bring Delilah
And Marcia
and
and
Marcia,
Carla.
and what, you're gonna escape in the ox cart?
Well, at this point, I'm wondering if we shouldn't commandeer the second ox cart if we can.
Or we could just hurl those two into the river.
Well, look, you know me. I'm not opposed to a little bit of murder now and again, but I think we got bigger things to deal with than petty animus at the moment. Besides which, if we get them out of town, they're never going to be a problem for us ever again anyway. And if we're really lucky, we may be able to flip them into allies.
Oh, I don't care whether or not they live or they die. They're just a nuisance to carry with us. Except Delilah, she can't talk.
All right. So we have an idea of everyone we're taking with us.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Jen to get back because I want to make sure that she's had a chance to pipe in. I don't know. It's got to be unanimous.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's definitely looking like we may be heading out of town if that's.
Do you still have
That's
the
it.
note that person wrote about the defenses of Bogenhofen?
God, who did have that?
Not me. I can't read.
I think Alexandre took that back. I would
I had the
imagine he did.
mic thing up. Which thing?
Oh, I mean, I imagine you still had the note about the defenses, right? The one the trader wrote.
I don't know what we were talking about.
No, I don't know.
What note
Either
about what
way,
defenses? Oh, you mean the
yeah, the
shit.
one.
Oh fuck! I don't know what happened to that. Well, you're saying the defenses, but I remember the note for something else because it has the
Yeah.
whole thing about what's her name being hidden in town.
Yeah, Carla.
Right, Carla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Let's see. That is. Was it in Jen's possession?
Well, I think they found it.
Right,
They
because
gave
they
it
brought it
to
back.
Alexandre.
Yeah, they brought
And
it back
then-
to me, and then I brought Jen in. And then, didn't we all come in on this?
Yeah, I started.
Yeah, I
yelling.
just don't know where the note ended up, but I don't think it's that important. If you guys want to have it, it's not a big problem.
I mean, if anything, it could just be in the office, which you took over. So, if anything, it should be in your possession, Rutherford. Because you took over the office, which was my room.
Yeah. So yeah, you have.
Yeah, I think the plan is going to be that we're going to head to that other town and see if we're in a position to get some resources and recruit an ally or two, and just sort of catch our breath, regroup, and come up with a way to come back and deal with her once and for all.
Sounds good. Let's see. What do I want to do? Give Jen like 5 minutes, and then we'll make the trip.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I think that works.
God damn it! I keep forgetting to do.
Yeah, if your guys are having any wondering about what the hell's going on in chat, our GM still hasn't figured out how whispers work.
I actually, yeah, I'm not gonna figure it out. Just gonna give up.
So you said that you wanted to have a discussion about something after the session?
Yeah. I just want to just like a check in how the game's going. What can we change? What can we, a couple of things I wanted to bring up about like others, like conspiracy stuff. We'll wait till Jen is back.
Okay.
I see her mic lighting up, so she might be, or just picking up noise.
Oh shit! What was Ramon's dooming? I mean, I know it's not like actual Warhammer, where there's a benefit to dying to your dooming. I'm just wondering what it was now.
Oh, wait! You died to your doing?
No, I was just wondering what it is. I had to look it up real quick. At times, being found is worse than being lost.
I would say that counts.
I was pretty adamant about not being seen because I was hiding in the woods, as far back in the woods as I could see.
Yes. As Ramon learns in his afterlife, you fucking don't want to cast magic at the evil super magic tentacle monster who has extreme face sight. So that was ultimately his undoing. But yeah, take the extra 100 reward points when I tell you your total. Just like make a note of it somewhere for dying according to your dooming.
Oh, did Alexandre die to his dooming? I mean, I know it doesn't apply now.
Alexandre did get his dooming. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
mean,
that's
it
why
doesn't
you're.
apply to this. I was just wondering because I forgot what Alexandre's is because I can't see.
It was the
anymore.
stench of the grave follows me or something like that.
Literally.
And remember,
literally if you die, you've achieved it.
well, no, it was more like the stench of the grave follows him. But remember what he was doing is he was he was in a wagon cart with a bunch of skulls in the back, and he gets off to fight and dies.
Well, I mean, he was always doing that though. He was always jumping out to self-sacrifice for other people. That's why I was so incensed when you guys kept calling him the bad guy or whatever.
I was starting to like Alexandre. He was starting to rub off on me, and then he went and died.
Well, this was literally, I think, the same session you guys were accusing him of, like, I don't know what, I don't remember now, but it's like, why don't you guys trust me? I've literally sacrificed myself for you twice now.
Because we're criminals coming to steal your shit.
And I made you a lord of a village, despite knowing that you were criminals anyway. Remember, you made it obvious in, like, session 2.
Well, I mean,
By the way, I love your new classes stuff.
I haven't even gotten there yet.
It's pretty good. It's pretty.
I mean, I tell you this, I'm not impressed because I know what they are. So, at the same time, at the very least, if I'm starting at intermediate, then I can at least move away from it. I just gotta figure it out. I'm
Yeah.
still in distinguishing marks, but I don't have any because I'm young.
Kind of decide if you just like want to come up with an idea for like a class on a subclass, and then you want to like fit the story to your expert class rather than like your first one, you can do that. Or if you want to like do background and then try to pick your class off that, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll figure things out once I see what I've got in the barrel. Because now I gotta re-download everything, but I had access to main gosh too, so main gosh, whatever.
Yeah, there's some good ones in there. You could be a blitzballer as your second profession.
I had planned Ramon based on the main book before I had seen main gosh. That's why I was telling you, oh man, this thing looks awesome. I was looking at main gosh and I was like, yeah, and I've already planned this other thing. So I was like, ah, well, whatever. It's so impossible to start as a magic user, which kind of keeps you away from doing the other magic stuff at the intermediate tier. Cool, frail again.
I was thinking about how the story would make an interesting book. And then I finished reading The Dunwich Horror, and I was like, seems pretty similar.
You're a Lovecraft fan.
I find it interesting, and that was the first one I read. And I'm going to read the King in Yellow stories next.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, Lovecraft is definitely what's it called? An inspiration.
Well, my two favorite sort of period writers are Howard Lovecraft and Robert E. Howard, the writer of the Conan novels, the Conan stories, Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, precisely. And they were both contemporaries. They were both friends, and they both cross-pollinated one another's worlds. So it brings a smile to my face every time I think about it.
I have read some of like the original Conan stuff, and I went back to read it, and I was like, I don't really like this anymore. I was like, this is not as interesting. But
that's fair.
I do. I mean, that was also fairly. I think he has a high quality gap in some of his stuff, and I can't remember if what I reread was early or late Conan. So,
well, you also can't forget that Robert E. Howard wrote in the 1930s for the pulps, right? So it really wasn't about the high-minded literature. It was kind of cheap entertainment for people, during a pretty hard.
It's kind of like the Fafhrd and Gray Mouser stuff too.
See, those I'm vaguely familiar with, but I don't think I ever read any of it.
If you like Conan, you'll like it. It's sword and sorcery, so it's like
Swords and sorcery is hands down my favorite genre of fantasy literature.
Is it? That's cool. I respect that.
Don't get me wrong, Kayla. I don't poo-poo people who enjoy high fantasy. It's fine. I don't have an issue with it per se. It's just that I find sort of Lord of the Rings and then a lot of its clones that have come through the ages, going all the way to TSR and their, Forgotten Realms novels and all that kind of thing. it's a level of high fantasy that just doesn't appeal to me. It's I find it a touch tedious. But that, that's just a personal preference. To each his own, of course.
Yeah, I've stopped reading fantasy like a lot recently, and I don't know what it's been for me. But I haven't found any recently I really like.
I remember back in the
I've never been a fan of fantasy. The only fantasy I enjoy is the modern fantasy, which is to say, not modern fantasy, fantasy mixed with modern reality. Have you guys ever read Incarnations of Mortality?
like urban fantasy, I guess.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even say that because I'm not really a big fan of Harry Potter, which is kind of the same genre that I'm talking about. But I mean, Incarnations of Mortality say where magic exists alongside the normal world as a matter of the standard environment.
Yeah. I read not that particular one that you mentioned, but some of my friends they tried to get me into what the fuck was her name? Kate something rather. A witch among us, or a witch walking, or dead witch walking, something like that. And there's another one about some chick vampire that is a cop or something. I can't remember the name of that.
Oh, kind of like a Dresden. I guess Dresden Files counts.
Yeah, it's the same genre. Yeah, I don't mind that stuff, but I have I don't know, a relatively low tolerance.
Well, I mean, my thing is that like in Incarnations of Mortality, they teach magic in school, and like you have billboards that advertise flying carpets over cars, and vice versa. Like it's a advertisement war between them, or the devil is trying to win you through advertisements. Like, oh, hell is just very badly publicized by the church or whatever. It's actually a great place.
Right.
That sounds like something the devil would say.
Well, yeah, that's
Are
like
you a
he has
witch?
all this shit all over the place to like sell you on it, like free food buffets. But if you were able to see through the mystique of magic and everything, you could see that people are down there like fucking pigs and eating garbage off of tables, like literal garbage. But the ensorcelment magic that is put up around these places makes you think like you're eating these great things and sleeping with high class whores and whatnot. Because it's hell. Hell is trying to catch you, and they always do.
Kind of like that movie, the They Live with the glasses, right?
Yeah, basically. But the main characters that see all this are basically they're taking up the office of major things of reality. Like the first book on a pale horse is the guy who tries to kill himself, but in the last sentence kills Death, who's come to take his soul, and he becomes Death, and he has the ability to see through these things because he's wielding a major office of the universe. So normal people, unless you're like a high wizard, wouldn't be able to see all this.
Huh.
Awesome. Fucking A. I'm just gonna share this one. I rolled up another halfling, guys. So, as the halfling, I got the halfling thing fleet-footed, right? Where if I go to run, I can add +6 to my movement. Well, I thought, fuck it. Let's roll one of these drawback shits. Why not, right? What the fuck? We're here to play a game, right? What do you think I rolled?
What's that?
Veteran's leg.
Fuck yes. Two.
So, reduced movement speed, and I can't run, which means I can't use my racial, which only happens when I can run. Awesome. I'm not only slow for being a halfling, I now have a veteran's leg. I can no longer make fun of Rasmussen in character.
Yeah, you gotta just hang out on the ox cart with him.
Fluff is back. One last question before we get back to the game. What was the Conan game that you played, if you don't mind?
Oh shit.
Probably Exiles.
Yeah, probably Exiles.
Is it the one where like you can be naked? Where you start off naked?
Probably. I just hated that game.
Oh, I loved Exiles. Well, then again, I basically beat it all. Well, I didn't beat it. I got all the way to the volcano.
I won't talk about me in survival mode games because we'll be here all night, and that's pointless.
Well, Exiles, that's the MMO.
Well,
No,
it's not really an MMO, but you can play with a lot of people.
Okay,
the-
no,
I hear
I'm
about fiber. Chinese fiber, huh?
Joe, that's a low point in my life. We're not bringing that up. Okay.
Yeah, so Jen, we were talking about heading out of town to see if we can sort of regroup, maybe recruit an ally, maybe get some resources, and come back and deal with her once and for all. But we didn't want to make a final decision until you got your say.
I mean, I was pretty much gonna head to that point because I don't think we can deal with her by ourselves. Like, there's no way. Like, it's just too much. Like, we need someone to help us. Like, sincerely.
Okay, so then I guess it's unanimous. We're gonna head out of town, and we'll see what we can do once we're.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Not gonna make you guys undertake a dangerous journey.
Mhm.
I will take one awareness test for when we pass the town because it'll be night, I assume. Correct. We are
Oh.
bringing Matilda, Delilah. Who is watching Delilah, by the way, or are you just not?
I am holding a rag in her mouth.
Okay.
I
You make
would
a
be-
coordination test, Joe, at hard. Genevieve, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna help him because I don't think he can handle her on his own.
There's both of us holding a rag in her mouth.
Well, I would like literally, I think, tie her up or something.
And you wanted to get Carla too, right?
Yeah.
Delilah escapes. Unless you'd like to fortune point that.
Was she making noise?
Not really, but she gets off like during like close to the town.
Can I help?
So like if you like chase her, I mean, so you could try and chase her down, but then you'll be running into town.
I'm just gonna use a. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh, I forgot that. Like,
Oh wait,
I'm
no
like-
coordination. I'm dumb.
I can get really injured. I'm like severely injured. Fuck.
Coordination. Okay. Yeah, she definitely escapes. Runs off. So yeah. Me in hindsight, it wasn't the best plan. Do you guys travel by road or off road?
Hey, road. Time is of the essence. We don't have time to faff around.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna chase us on the road. I think, yeah.
On the road, about halfway, and it's during the day now. You see the same procession: the notary, the imperial notary, the knight, and the I think there's someone else there, like a scribe, probably a scribe.
Mhm.
Are riding their horses into town.
Well, this is not a problem because Lord Rutherford doesn't look like a lord at the moment in any way, shape, or form. And the rest of us can just, if we get stopped at all, which is unlikely given how ragged we look, we'll just pass ourselves off as quite frankly, we're getting the hell out of Dodge because the place has gone to hell.
Okay, so I imagine no questions are. You just try to look small.
I mean, should we warn them? Because they're like clearly they're heading into town, right?
Well, the only reason why we might want to consider warning them is just so that they don't fall under her influence. On the other hand, there's no point in tempting fate. So I leave it up to you guys to decide what you want to do.
I think I'm gonna warn them for sure.
I'm just gonna play coy. I mean, you killed the tax collector, so.
Are you hiding?
I did not kill the tax collector. The poor man died during a beast man attack.
Oh my god.
From a bullet.
They don't need to know that.
Did we ever do anything with that body, or is there just a tax man in the
You have
street?
zero idea. He's in the middle of town, which you ran away from.
I actually don't remember if we did anything with that body.
I don't think we did.
No, I remember pulling the body away, but I don't think we like actually put it in the pit or anything like that. I don't think so. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think Genevieve is gonna warn them. Like, you guys don't have to follow her. She can go by herself. That's totally fine.
So you like wait for them to pass and kind of go back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You say exactly because you come up to them. The knight looks at you and he says, "Soldier, you have something to say?"
Yeah, she's pretty wounded, so I don't think they're gonna think she's lying. And so she's like, as a warning, it is not safe in town right now. You should turn back.
This was this is I think you should return to your posts. Where are you stationed? Are you a deserter? Tell the truth now. See if you're lying.
She looks at him right in the eye, kind of like defensively, and then she says, will you, and she's like, and says, then you wish to battle me. Join me in battle. To face the dangers that are in the town. Is that what you're proposing? I'll gladly join you then.
He scoffs and says, "No. Girl, I've had enough of your rambling. Report to whoever your officer is and tell him you submit yourself for disciplining. I don't know, whatever it is soldiers do."
She's definitely pissed off. She's pissed off, but she doesn't say anything. She's just like, fair warning to your other fellow soldiers, what lies in town is not an easy sight. And so she kind of warns the other ones, and then she makes her way off to join the rest of the group.
Okay. The rest of the trip is uneventful. But so let's do our experience. Everyone, we have a clue and a lead. So that's an extra 40 reward.
Ooh.
Write the new lead down next week.
So 100 plus 40.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is that 100 plus 40 for?
Yep.
Okay.
Now the corruption roll, Rutherford. I think you should have another 5.
Oh, I just rolled it over.
Yeah, you should have another chaos rank. You picked up 2 today.
I got 10 corruption, so I just filled in the chaos rank, put it to 0, and then
Yeah, then you gave another 5 after that. Because all the times you use the thing. Jesus, so is the only one with fate points left, Genevieve?
Yeah, I haven't
Nope.
used them.
You have 0. You mostly used it.
Oh, okay. I must have used it some time ago then. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Awesome. So real quick, Ramon is dead. Genevieve, duty fatal. Did you do it?
I feel like I did both. I'm like trying to protect this town. At the same time, I'm also dying for it because freaking Lady Brienne has decimated it. And I also feel like I kind of did my duty by kind of warning the soldiers not to go into town, even though that failed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Rasmussen, were you a heroic or a martyr today?
I don't think so. I can't think of anything that Rasmussen did that would count for either.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe watching your friends get blown up. Probably not that heroic. Rutherford. Hey, did you have much pride or arrogance today?
I tried to out tentacle a tentacle monster.
Yeah, got blown up
Yeah.
for that, huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
totally worth it.
Down to 0 fate points, so you're also looking at death.
Well,
Cool.
things happen.
So next
Plus
week
the
we're gonna
entire-
take.
Hmm?
We're gonna start off in Bobstop.
Fun time.
So that fully frontal assaults have failed multiple times.
It was worth a try, sort of, maybe. We did learn things. I did learn things. I feel like that frontal assault did make us learn a few things.
How close to dying were you? Oh, very.
I'm
Close.
so close to dying. If I got hit again,
Yeah.
I would have been dead. I would have been dead, like gone.
So essentially what we did is take 2 hours to do what I suggest and get blown up.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for the session tonight. Again, like I said, I'd like to have a chat, just like a check-in about the game. I just like 5 minutes. I'm gonna go talk to my wife, and then I'll be back.
All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. See you guys in 5.
Horse face.
Go down, horse face.
That son of a bitch.
Horseface killer.
He just likes to gamble.
Can you guys remind me who Delilah was again? Because I kept trying to remember what role she played and why we.
I
She's the
remember her.
blacksmith I was
Yes.
sleeping with.
Also,
You were
she lives
sleeping
in
with her?
New York City.
I didn't know you were sleeping with her. I thought you were just like flirting with her. Oh my god.
Why would you flirt with someone if you could just...
To be fair,
Are we on Twitch still?
yes. 1, yes. 2, you haven't slept with anybody in a long time, man.
Dude, you have
This
not.
is all backstory for you because you have had a long dry spell.
I have
But yeah,
women crawling over me.
Not
she's the
in,
black.
not in the scope of the campaign, you don't. In fact, all the women that we've encountered that you've been around have hated you.
Yeah, doesn't Elja want to kill you or wanted to kill you?
Hey, I stole shit from... Actually, I didn't steal her shit. Someone else stole her shit.
True.
But
Shit is
I
to do
told them about it. So she blames me for it.
Look,
Marsha
man, you
hates me because
should have put
she hates
your charms
everyone.
on her. Should have put your charms on her.
I tried to, and she is not interested in men.
Oh my. Is that
Yes.
uh-huh. Because no one would reject you, Yeah. God damn it, everything's blowing up. Everything's exploding.
What a shithole. We should just leave.
You own the shithole.
It's worth nothing now, the monster.
Look. My theory is that the monster was being evil the whole time. That's my theory. Or my other theory is that she used her little ice minions to be whatever they needed to be. Which also makes sense. That's my other theory.
So do you think Jeb was ensorcelled, or
I feel like Jeb was dead all along, and then she learned about Jeb, and either she became Jeb, or she used one of the Icemen, and she put the crown on them, and made them become Jeb. Yeah.
but if that was the case, the crown would have fallen off when he died.
Yeah, that's my other thing too.
Sorry.
Confusing.
All that shit I just mentioned before about how I can barely move as a character. I was just looking at Caravan Mystic as a career. Its drawback is Fugue State. Basically, you give people extra fate points, but once they use your fate point, you can't walk for 1d10 days.
Oh my god.
It's like, yeah, just lean full on into the I can't move shit.
Vegetable goblin. We'll call you Parsnip.
Just a funny thought.
Alright, guys, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. So I just wanted to have a check-in with the game, how it's going, what you all think, what is something, criticisms and or like things you want to see more of or do more of. If anyone wants to volunteer, go ahead.
I couldn't figure out anything to do to solve the problem with Brienne besides just leaving. That's,
Yeah. I think I did a bad job at doing like, hey, this is part of the conspiracy, guys. Like, she's very powerful. You're gonna die. I didn't want to throw that too much at you because I didn't want to take away your freedom, but yeah, that was kind of where my thought process was. So
no, I don't think that's an issue so much. The only thing that I was having a hard time deciphering was the supernatural conspiracy versus the mundane problems, i.e. the tithe. Because I could sense that there was a countdown, but I felt like the countdown of the tithe was considerably less important than some demonic entity, taking over the town. That was where I was having a hard time figuring out, okay, well, which of these two things do you want us to put as a priority?
Right. Okay. Yeah, that the tithe was supposed to be an important part, but Brienne got introduced, obviously a little prematurely to the town. And then, of course, she got unmasked, and that's kind of, went downhill from there.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
Right. So, also, Jeb was supposed to lead you to Brienne, right? Like, in theory. If you can't see, there's a connection now. I'm sorry, but
I'm totally see it now. I was just like mind blown.
But he was supposed to lead you there, but instead you shot him. So I've been kind of
I regret nothing.
So that's kind of where that came from.
Did not expect the hate for Jeff.
No, I did, and I just you can't have battle plans, and I just unfortunately I don't think I made the connection clear, and as I was looking back on it,
No, but I think you're being a bit too hard on yourself. It's not on you to make those things clear. It's on us to dig it up and then make the decisions.
Yes.
Yeah, I did not
am-
expect Wrath to shoot Chip.
Or the tax man.
Yeah, or the tax man, which is I don't even know what to do about that. I'm probably just gonna end up ignoring that. I'm just kidding.
I will say that shooting the taxman may have been less Rasmussen and more Alex, because I don't particularly like paying taxes and it's tax season here.
That's fine. Okay. Any other like on the word of criticisms? Especially like if there's something in the game that you want to see more of, the travel, role play more, character to character interaction. If there's anything like that, certainly let me know. So,
well, it's not so much wanting to travel more. It's more a question of I wasn't sure if travel was something that you had a contingency for. So I was reluctant to suggest it because I really kind of got the sense that this was supposed to be an insular game, and I'm cool with that. I have no problem with it. But I wasn't sure if traveling outside of Bogenhofen was really something that you had planned for.
I think so, because if we're going to talk like more mistakes, I think the conspiracy works as such that eventually it starts to travel out. Because I know I had talked earlier in this game that it was like really right now the mystery's focused here on Bogenhofen. We've kind of, I hope. I don't. Obviously, you guys don't necessarily agree with me, but I think that you've gotten to the point where maybe Bogenhofen has given you all the leads it can give you. Right.
Well,
Yeah,
it
pretty
certainly.
much was
Sorry, go.
ruin.
What was that, Rutherford or Joe?
It's just like just a bunch of ruins with monsters that we can't get in now.
I mean, there's still people there. All those people are still alive.
Yeah, but there's ice monsters.
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like now like you totally forced us to get out of there because it's like we can't deal with her. We don't know what to do. We don't have the manpower or the equipment or anything, so we're just like, no, we got to get out of here. No choice.
Yeah. Okay. So last call for criticisms and a couple of things I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about it. I'm enjoying the game quite a bit.
Good. Yeah, I don't necessarily want I want to learn how to do better. This is like the first real conspiracy game I've ever run. This is not generally my play style. I am like a fly by the seat of your pants. I love sandboxy stuff. So I'm trying to like figure out how to make conspiracy and mystery work well. And it is not easy, let me tell you. It is not easy.
I mean, the mystery, I feel like I figured some of it out, so I'm kind of because I was like, yeah. I can't connect anything to anybody. What is happening?
I think one of the hard parts is I have to be like very open to like just moving where you guys' solutions is, to the right place. Because it's very hard for you to like think exactly how I'm thinking, and like follow.
Yeah, of course.
So
I also think that one of the challenges, and this is not a criticism, it's simply an observation of the genre, is that we're playing within a reasonably small area, right? So Bogenhofen and its immediate surroundings. Well, there's only going to be so many places that we can try to dig up clues within that setting, So it requires kind of stretching. Okay, like where have we not yet gone? And that's a constant struggle because there's not that many places to go to begin with.
Yeah, and then you have to also like interact with everybody and then pray to God that you can convince them to talk to you, because if you don't convince them, then you hit a wall again. So you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, it's been tough, and I think that's why I want it to expand out now a little bit. And I think and I'm definitely ready for that to leave Bogenhofen for the moment at least, and then we'll come back. Hopefully
That works. I think. I mean, I'm not going to speak for anybody else, but I think that now is absolutely the right time to inject.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening anymore. It just kind of turned into a.
Well, the way that the game has been unfolding so far, I found was really quite engaging, and I didn't have at all an issue trying to piece together the relationships and the conspiracy itself, and who we can trust and who we can't. All that stuff I found was really, really cool. When we started dealing with the revealed Brianna, that's when we hit a wall, because it's like, okay, how the hell do we deal with this thing? And Ramon is the only one who can hurt her in any way, shape, or form. So the rest of us are sort of relegated to being distractions, and I'm cool with it. But we've tried it twice now, and it's failed miserably both times.
Yeah.
And I was also trying to keep in the spirit of Zweihänder, and that is like there are just some fights you cannot win.
Absolutely, and that is something I will go and very openly say I really appreciate about the game. I love the fact that anytime we get into a combat, there is a very real possibility that not all of us walk away from it. I love that, and I don't ever want that to change.
Unfortunately, it's always been Theta who has not been walking away from it.
Well, as has been said in many other games and many other discussions, I'm a fatalist. I don't care. It's not a problem. I prefer that I go out the way I would have gone out rather than having, I don't want any pulled punches.
Yeah, no problem. I haven't been pulling punches. No, that's not true. I pulled punches the first time you guys fought Brianna because I was like, okay, I'll try to show the power level, but not murder everyone because she's also a psychopath. So hopefully they get that and don't try to stay here and blow her up because then it'll get bad.
Guys, give me 2 minutes. I got a call from my sister. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the consequences of our actions to fully form, because I don't know if we've made the right decisions. Like,
we have not.
Like, I'm like, was it the right thing to kill that baby? Was it right to let the green man go? Like, we don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just waiting for that to come back and haunt me.
Well, actually, I have something I'd like to ask you to do. I don't know if it's something you'll have time for, or if you'd like to, really try to take it on. But I'll ask you off chat because I know it's like another step. But yeah, it's like a little art project, kind of. This message to you. I can't find it. Your messaging. All right, sorry, I'm conspiring back here. Talking about other jobs and stuff. So, okay, so since we're moving out of Bogenhofen, maybe we can get rid of this background. And as now we have battle maps, would you guys like more room to manipulate the suspicious figures cards? Especially since I have to keep up with this, I think it'll help you guys, like maybe visualize a little better.
Yeah, we need more room to
like put them up, and maybe I can put like information on here too. Would you like?
That's cool with me.
So, like, instead of looking at like a grim and perilous conspiracy with a backdrop, would you rather just have a conspiracy board you guys can mess with?
Yes, that would actually be super fun.
Okay. So, but
we
now
need
you have
make
to mess
sure-
with it and draw your own lines and stuff.
Yeah, we have to make sure the lines are like, yeah, like if you scroll up in Discord, you see Always Sunny skit. Charlie
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
out.
You're
It's gotta
freaking
look
out.
like that. We gotta have like random shit written in big letters in the middle, and like just covering stuff and looking all weird. Oh, it'll be great.
So I want somebody's job is going to be
Not it.
to no, it shouldn't be Theta. It should be Grippy or Nero. So you guys can volunteer Nero if you'd like. Not here to defend himself. And Fluff already has a job. One of you two should make sure you send me a message like every week of like, here's who we want added to the conspiracy board, and maybe we want this note added, so I can go ahead and make those and put those on there for you. Because if you don't remind me, I'll forget, and I basically just need somebody to yell at me.
All right, that's something just to like do at the end of every session, pretty much.
Yeah, and maybe just like remind me before the week is up if you can.
Remind you on Monday.
Okay, sorry, I'm back, guys.
Okay. All we just talked about is we're going to change the backdrop of the game to make it more of a conspiracy board, so you guys can kind of manipulate this stuff a little better.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So you can move these yourself. Which I think you can. I think all of you can already move these.
Yeah, I can move them.
But I'm just gonna make them like instead of having this backdrop like it is now, I'm gonna change it so it's like more like a place just for you to kind of draw the lines and the clues and the information. So yeah, make
I
sure
seem
you
to be
draw.
able to move some, but not all.
I thought I was able to move all of them. Let's see.
Everyone should be able to move.
Like I can't move Horse Face, for instance.
I can't
Okay.
move Selma and her, the winter, and I can't move the clues around. But
Yeah,
that's it.
clues. I gotta redo clues. The clues are now two separate things. So I gotta fix that and make them similar things. Let's see if I have anything else I wanted to bring up from like just like a doing game stuff standpoint.
I think we need to have more animals that we can kick in the game. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Okay. How about more infants to murder?
No, please. One more infants to murder. Why are you trying to break Jen?
We need more.
Where do you feel guilty about murdering evil baby?
Wow,
we
it
need
was
people
totally
to
insipid.
burn.
Okay. Well,
People
you guys
have
are
burned.
We haven't been doing enough burning.
We've been doing plenty of burning.
To be
In
fair,
there.
you don't know what not Rasmussen. You don't know what Ramon was up to.
I will say this. I think so far, my favorite bit of the campaign to date had to be the whole episode with the cuckoo demon. I think that whole thing was just absolutely brilliant. I loved every moment.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, it was a pretty recent one too. I thought that one was interesting too.
But
What you
it
guys-
was dark, man. It was dark, and it was just so atmospheric. We were faced with really hard moral dilemmas. I love it.
Good. Okay. That's also helpful to know, like what parts of the game you guys are enjoying. So I guess just so I can like try to do more of it. I guess if anyone has anything else they want to put out there.
I love it when a character dies.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that.
More of that,
So-
please.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
We'll try to spread it around. All right. We'll try to get somebody else next time.
I just like the whole mystery, so that's just my love. So I'm just like, I love everything.
All right.
I just want to know more about everything, all the mystery. What's happening?
Good. Okay.
Every time I see a picture of Lady Brienne on that card, I just think, just tentacles. Ugh.
That could be your wife.
No.
That
Yeah,
could be your wife.
every time you've seen it, you think
We need more
almost.
monster marriage. That's what we need.
Rutherford needs more women.
Oh God, we still have to talk about Carla in the cart and all. Oh my God.
Poor Carla.
She froze to death. Oh God. I'm on to the next one.
Oh my God. It's just ruining Genevieve's idealism of romance.
I mean, you're with this man for life now.
They all saw that was a lie. Maybe, I don't know. You all did see him with the crown back on for the moment before he got blown up. All right.
That'll be a good conversation.
Yeah. Well, thanks everyone. I appreciate it.
Thank
for the
you. It was
feedback.
a good session as always.
Fun tonight. See you all next week.
Have a good one, guys. Take it
Talk
easy.
to you later.